Excellent, great. All right.
Yes.
So we have a question for Jacob.
Yes.
But also one that I'm interested in.
Okay.
Are you more excited for the new Werewolf the Apocalypse or Hunter the Reckoning editions? And are there any older RPG settings / systems you wish could get a modern revival?
I'm gonna unfortunately give a really boring answer. I can't pick between my children. I am excited about all of the new editions of World of Darkness, because I know some of the people that are working on it. Like, yeah, like
Nice.
the new the everything I've seen and everything I've heard about like the new werewolf that is being done, and the new Hunter the Reckoning that's being done. I'm stoked. I'm just so stoked. There's so much good World of Darkness content coming out. People doing Let's Play. Like, I cannot wait to get my hands on those books. It cannot wait. I have not had any space to do much writing recently, which has broken my heart, but I cannot wait to read what people have been working on. So, boo, yes, good. Yes, honored, because especially with the stuff that I've seen with Hunter, like they're honoring the edition that came before, but taking it in a new and modern direction, and that's what I've seen a lot of the kind of new World of Darkness editions doing, and it's been amazing to see. It's been absolutely fantastic.
So as a question for somebody who's not super familiar with World of Darkness, when was the last time Hunter was like updated? Yeah, like how long has it been since?
2004?
Okay.
I think.
So the entire series of Supernatural has happened between when editions of Hunter have existed.
What do you mean, the entire editions of Supernatural?
Like, the TV show Supernatural did not exist the last time this was updated.
Correct. Yes, the TV show Supernatural has not. Yes, the TV show Supernatural started and finished between Hunter the Reckoning editions.
What I'm just asking,
Correct.
I'm just wondering do you think that is going to have an influence on this? Because as far as like monster hunting as a concept in fiction.
Well, there was Hunter the Vigil, which was New World of Darkness. This all gets very complicated, and we do not have enough time for me to unpack Old World of Darkness, New World of Darkness, and how many times the IP has traded hands. New World of Darkness, which is Chronicles of Darkness, which is called Chronicles of Darkness. So there's World of Darkness and Chronicles of Darkness. We don't. Somebody put a challenge when at the start of a thing, and I can explain the whole thing if we.
We have a segment for that.
That's actually very true. I was going to talk about Transformers, but
we'll put that on the docket for tomorrow.
Well, it's going to be a good docket. Oh, I'm going to go off. But yeah, so I think it's going to have an influence? I don't know. Or people are going to read into it and see what they want to see.
I think at the very least it might be a good.
I don't think so.
I guess like gateway drug. Because there's probably a lot of people who watch Supernatural and like that concept. It's like, hey, a role-playing game about fighting monsters. I'm into it.
Yeah, I think Hunter. The new edition of Hunter the Reckoning is going to be a good kind of gateway into people getting into the World of Darkness. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people expected them to follow like the traditional release of World of Darkness games, which with the additions has been vampire, werewolf, mage, and then like going on, but like putting Hunter in there, and especially giving the mortal, like starting it and giving the mortal perspective of the World of Darkness, absolutely fantastic. And starting it with vampire, which has the most recognition and cachet, to kind of get the ball rolling, and then putting that in there to kind of give a gateway. I think your observation is spot on.
Okay.
Cannot wait. Can't wait.
I'm very excited for that. I want to continue this discussion.
Yeah, please,
but
of course.
Pause it very briefly just to remind people. If you want to go look at the poems, I'm going to talk about World of Darkness and things that excite me about that.
Neat.
Because we were talking about this a little bit on Twitter. Because Hunter, I think Jacob, why I brought that up with Jacob is that I feel like I'm kind of that person. I'm a little bit familiar with Vampire the Masquerade, but the idea of like Hunter the Reckoning like appeals to me as a type of horror more. It's like, oh, you're a weak, fragile human, and literally everything in this world is bigger and stronger and scarier than you and wants to eat you. And that, as a horror like
Yes, absolutely.
arch is like, that's very appealing to me. And werewolf I'm not as sure about. I'm also not super familiar. My understanding of Werewolf the Apocalypse is in Vampire the Masquerade, you play a vampire, and the whole tone of it is like, oh, I have this monster inside of me and I must control it. I must maintain my humanity. And werewolf is, there's a monster inside of me and that's awesome! Let's go beat up a corporation!
My understanding of werewolf was a friend of mine described it as somebody's poisoning the watering hole. And I've not been able to uncouple those things ever. There's a snake in my boot. There's a worm in my boot.
First class. I wanted to can I address just one thing I briefly saw in chat?
Yeah.
I saw somebody lamenting like if only they would redo Abberant, which is a superhero thing. Yeah, they have. I've written for it.
It's Abberant is the only superhero setting that I've ever felt any interest in.
Trinity Continuum by Onyx Path. They have the
Cool.
license for it. They did Adventure, which is the 1950s version, Abberant, which is the current version, and Aeon, which is the future version.
Yeah.
And the core rulebook is has to deal with just like essentially ties it all together. So you can play. You can
Right.
get the core book, play people that essentially can like it's an action movie. It's like Jason Bourne. Like, you know how Jason Bourne can just reach out and suddenly there's a book?
Yeah.
You as a player understand that your character is manipulating flux and changing reality around them to be as lucky as possible, which is why Jason Bourne can always reach out when he's being choked and looking the other way and grab a book and chokes and hit somebody with it.
Right.
And then it extrapolates that into Adventure, Abberant, and Aeon.
Okay,
And I wrote
okay.
the jumpstart for the Trinity Continuum. Yeah.
Wild. I'll have to pick that up.
Yeah,
Because like
it's good.
I
It's
just
good.
found Abberant's lore really interesting.
They
like
have done so much with it.
the questions people ask in the setting where it's like, okay, well, we know that novas get their powers from the node,
Right.
right?
Yep.
What about the ones that can phase through matter? Because their node doesn't it goes away.
I don't want to ruin anything for you.
Well,
like
no,
they right, exactly, yeah. They took everything and they put it in a Tumblr, and I think you'd really dig it.
Okay,
Just
great.
to even read it as a book,
Yeah.
because the fiction's really
yeah,
fantastic.
like who's the one nova that had just terraformed?
Oh my goodness, I forgot their name. Novas
it's
are
like-
like superheroes.
Yeah, and people were like, he can just phase into the ground and become the Earth.
Yeah.
What happens to his node?
Yes.
How can he still manipulate power? Shouldn't he just dissipate?
Right. Great concepts, but yes, very good. Good. Marvelous. Yes. Excellent.
Antaeus?
So
Is that-
go check that out.
Yeah.
I
I'm
also
sorry. I
really
just wanted to. I didn't want somebody to wallow in like, I really liked this thing. I really wish they'd remade it. They did. Here it is.
I also
You'll
really
like
liked
it.
Jarian.
I'm not good with names. I'm so
He
sorry.
was kind of like the juggernaut of the
Oh.
setting. He was, Divis Mal's muscle guy.
Okay.
Only he was honestly also quite intelligent.
Yeah.
And came to that philosophy honestly. And was just a huge guy who didn't really move. He changed the shape of his body.
Neat.
Yeah. It was weird.
Awesome. Juggernaut's my favorite Marvel character.